Hi everyone, it's Jennifer. I am on Dreaming Trees website. We are going to talk about the Befitting Birthday Cards SVG bundle. This bundle comes with several pre-made captions, or some of you may refer to them as sentiments or text. For Brother ScanNCut users, I am going to show you all of the ways that you can use these captions with CanvasWorkspace, also how you can create your own captions if they do not have one to suit your needs. Speaking of that, they have also added even more captions for free. So you can come to either the free printables or free SVG files option, and you will find the Befitting Birthday Cards bonus captions for free. This is a free add-on. So you also have all of these options that you can use. I will add the links to all of these, to the free captions, to the cards, my affiliate links into the description of this video. We are going to head over to CanvasWorkspace now. I have imported the pictures of the cards just so you can have another look at them. As you can see, two of the cards have these extra sentiments. There were the circle ones and the diamond ones. They also have a piece below that you can add your own text to. Because the techniques are exactly the same for both of these cards or any of these cards, because the techniques are exactly the same, we're only going to work with one card. I'm just going to go ahead and work with this diamond card. Also, as you can see, this piece of the diamond card has a lovely wave pattern to it. This one is straight. We are going to work on the diamond one because in this video, I am also going to show you how you can shape your text to fit within this wave pattern when you add your own text there. Let's get started. Let's remove these pictures out of our way. We are going to start with the SVG file options. So here's the card file. We are going to open it. We are going to go to the Diamond Birthday Card SVG. We are going to click on SVG. We are going to click on Captions. Now, you will see a PNG file. We are going to get to that next. But for now, we are going to work with the SVG option. I'm just going to pick one of them and import it into Canvas. I'm also going to move it this way a little bit so you can see it better and zoom in a touch. Now, this is already a cutting file. It can be a cutting or drawing file or both. You can cut these letters if you choose. I will warn you that they are very small and you may have difficulty cutting them and gluing them on if you use a product like cardstock. By all means, you can go ahead and try it if you want, but I will warn you that you could have a little bit of difficulty with that because they are so small. One option you can use is adhesive vinyl. Many of us have used adhesive vinyl for words, text, embellishment on our cardstock before. You just want to make sure that you don't use a transfer tape that is too sticky. For this, you also can have the machine draw the text for you, the caption for you, then cut out the triangle. I want to duplicate this for a moment to show you. I am going to edit this text slightly. I am going to change it to transparent. That means there is no color fill. There's no color fill if I place it on transparent. Now I just see the outlines. If I sent this one to the machine, this is exactly how it would draw it. It would draw just the outline of the letters and it would not color them in. If you want the machine to color in your letters, you need to add color fill as it is here. And this is the one that I imported. It came imported into Canvas with color fill. So keep that in mind. It is already filled. If you want it to color it in, you are good to go here. Now, we are going to select the text and we need to make sure that we set it to draw. The default is always cut. So you're going to come up here, and you're going to click the arrow, and you're going to set it to draw, just the text. The diamond remains on cut. You will send this to your machine. I always draw first. If you cut first, you run a much higher risk of this cut diamond shifting on you while it's drawing. So I always do all of my drawing and then my cutting. So you will import the image or import the design into your ScanNCut the way you always do, either wirelessly, with a cable, with your USB stick. When you get to the part where you choose whether you want to cut, draw, etc., you are going to select draw first. Put your pen in the machine, draw. You are going to switch out the pen for the blade, put the blade back in. Then you're going to select cut and it will cut it out. The next option that you have is to print the caption. So I'm going to show you, and I did that way too quickly. I was too busy talking. We are going to go for the PNG option this time, the one that's at the top that says PNG. We are going to use those this time. So I have imported one of the PNG files into Canvas. Now, here's the thing. A PNG file is just an image. It's just a picture. It is in no way a cutting or drawing file. Because Dreaming Tree has already included the SVG file, that is our cutting and drawing file. So with this particular project, these particular files, really the only thing I can think of that you would need to use or would want to use the PNG file for would be to print the captions. So if you want to print this with your inkjet or laser printer, then cut it out, you would use the PNG file. Now, here's one of the issues with that. CanvasWorkspace does not have a print option. You cannot print directly from CanvasWorkspace. You are going to have to import it into a program that will print. So me, for example, I have ScanNCut a lot. So I can import it into ScanNCut a lot, print it out. Then I can come back to CanvasWorkspace for the next step. So keep that in mind. You will need to print it out from a different program than CanvasWorkspace. Therefore, we do not need this in CanvasWorkspace anymore. We do not need that. That was the PNG file. I only imported it in so that you could see it and we could discuss it. If you come over here to the files, and of course, once I've closed it out, it won't let me hit the back button. So we have to start over again. If you come to the one that is titled Rain, Dreaming Tree always divides the SVG files up by color for us, which is amazing. If you come to the one that says Rain and open it, that is the top layer of the diamond and your sort of wave pattern. Now, as you can see, these are together. You cannot ungroup them. Ungroup is not an option. So I want them separated for now. So I am going to come down here. I'm going to come to Edit over here, Edit, come down to the Process Overlap Functions, come to Divide, and I'm going to divide. Okay, now I can separate them. So I'm just going to move that off to the side for now. you would take this diamond, and this is going to be your cut lines. So you would send this plain diamond to your machine. You then take the printed caption, place it on your adhesive mat, load it into your machine, load the mat into the machine. You're going to retrieve this diamond on your machine like you would any other cutting file. After you have retrieved it on the machine and it is on your machine screen, you will see a little icon that looks like a scanner. You can scan in your mat with your printed material on it so that you can line up your cut lines with your printed material on your ScanNCut screen. And that is how you're going to do this. That is your option for using one of the options for using the printable PNG files. I'm going to show you how to create your own captions or sentiment or text now. As you can see, I still have the rain SVG pieces that we were working with earlier on my screen, and I do have them divided so that I can move them independently. This is a nice blank diamond for us to work with, but there's something that we need to take into consideration with the diamond. The circle card, the circle pieces don't have this issue. There is nothing that overlaps that center circle. But if we look at this one, we have the tie coming down into the diamond. So we can't center our text within this diamond or it's going to be covered up by the tie. The tie is going to be overlapping it. So as Dreaming Tree is done, we need to make sure that we put our text down here in the lower half. If you think that you are confident in lining that up, sort of eyeballing it, as we would say, by all means, go ahead. If you are not confident about that or you want some extra, assurance, this is a trick that I have. I'm going to come back over here to the captions and I'm going to pick one of the SVG captions. It does not matter which one. I'm just going to grab thank you. I'm going to move this down this way here a little bit. And I'm also going to zoom in so you can see this. I'm going to pick my text tool. Let's say that we want to make this card just for dad in general, maybe for Father's Day or just a card for dad. So on the diamond, maybe we want to put the word dad. Now, I have a feeling this needs to be a little bit smaller, so I'm going to go ahead and make it smaller, but I can still adjust it again here in a moment. I'm going to bring this up here and I'm going to line it up, and you can zoom way in if you need to. It doesn't need to be absolutely perfect, but as close as you can, line up the top of your text with the top of their text, of Dreaming Tree's text. Okay, now if you want this to come down a little bit, you can make it a little bit bigger. Don't worry about centering it right now. We will center it in a minute. We just want to worry about the top, how high up it comes, and that it's not, going off the diamond down here. Okay, and you can adjust it however you see fit. Now, I'm going to click on their sentiment, the thank you, and I'm going to delete it. Now, we can select our diamond and our text. We can come over to our line tools and we can center it. And there is our centered text. So I'm going to just use this one. I could carefully lay this on top of this one, then delete this white, diamond if I wanted. There's really no need to do that. They're both the same diamond. So I just won't use this blue one. I will use this one. I can even color this if I need to. I can come in here and I can color it a very similar color. You need to be a little lighter if you want it to be exact, but I can color it a similar color if I need to, if that helps you. Also, remember what I said about filling in the color fill of your text. If you do not want it to just be an outline text, then you need to fill in the color fill. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to come to the color fill because I want it filled in. I want the machine to draw it and fill it in or color it in. So I'm going to color it in here. And there's my dad. So I now have that piece. And again, you aren't going to need this one. You're not going to need both of these now. So you can just, excuse me. There we go. You can just, delete that one or get rid of it. I'm going to move it off to the side for now. And I'm also going to move this out of our way. Okay, so that's how you can line up and add whatever text you want. And it could be multiple lines as they did. Okay, but I just chose to do dad. Now I'm going to show you how you can curve or shape your text to fit in this shape. What we want to do is duplicate this. And a trick that I do when I'm working with pieces like this or a file that I'm going to be doing a lot of editing to, often I will even take an extra piece, duplicate it, and leave it over here to the side so that if I need another one, if I mess up so badly that I cannot hit the undo button enough times, or I just feel I want to start over, I just have an extra one over here and I don't have to go through importing it again. But in this case, we are going to need 2 of these, and I will show you why. We are going to go ahead and type out our text. So I'm just going to type out, I love you. I know that this needs to be smaller, so I'm going to make this smaller. Now, I'm going to select my text and my shape. This function is only available in the downloaded version of Canvas Workspace. Up until now, I believe, if memory serves, everything I have shown you, I'm trying to remember for sure, everything I have shown you is available and you are able to do it in the online version of Canvas Workspace. This function, the fit to path text shaping function, is not available in the online version. You have to use the downloaded computer version for this function. You also have to use text that you have typed out using the text tool yourself. You cannot use pre-made text. You cannot use SVG letters that you import each letter at a time as an SVG file. It has to be actual text that you have typed out on your own. And in Canvas Workspace, if I select this, you will see up here, you have access to every font that is installed on your computer, and you can always download and install any new font that you want. And whenever I click this down arrow on my font list, it takes forever sometimes, especially the first time I click it. I don't know if it's because I have so many fonts. I'm not sure. Up here, it shows you fonts that you've used recently. Then these are the Canvas Workspace fonts that come with Canvas Workspace. And if you keep scrolling, and I went way too far, if you keep scrolling, there you go, you will see, oh my goodness, bear with me, there we go. You will see all fonts, and below that are all the fonts that are installed on your computer. Okay, all your fonts. And you can change this to whatever font you want or type out whatever font you want. Let's go back. We are going to select our word and our shape again, okay? We are going to come over here, still under Edit. We're going to scroll down till you see this that says text, and it's a T with a curved line below it. And when you lay your mouse on it, it says Fit to Path. You're going to click that. Now, this looks crazy. It always does this. It starts at this point every time. You will see there is a little cross or plus sign or X right here. That is what you click on, and you can drag that and move it. You will also see, though, that the text is upside down. You can come over here to the properties option, and down here, all these arrows are the editing functions for the fit to path. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and change this to this direction. Okay, and if you move it too quickly, it wants to just go crazy like that and jump really fast. You have to go kind of slow and carefully. Now, this button puts it along the top line so that the bottom of the letters are touching the top of this line or the top of the shape. This puts it so that it is in the middle of this top line of the shape. This puts it so that the tops of the letters are touching this line. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select all of it. I'm going to come back to Edit. Scroll down. You are going to click Convert to Shapes, and that's what's going to lock this in. And there you go. Now, as you can see, it does get rid of the shape. So that is why we have another one. And it wasn't completely centered within the shape. So that is why we have another one. I'm going to come to Layers, and I'm going to find that text right here. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to drag it up to the top so that we can see it on top of this shape. Now, put it in here the way that you want, sort of this direction. Then I'm going to select both of them, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to do that Center Align button again. Oh, I got that almost perfect on my own. It barely moved. Now, again, I want the machine to color these letters in, so I need to fill them in. And you can pick any color, but I just always pick black. That's just what I tend to do. I just always pick black. On here, you obviously can color it any color you want. Depends on the pen that you put in. Let me zoom back out here a little bit. So that is how you can create your own text using these shapes that they have given you. For those of you that have the Print to Cut premium function, you can still use it with this, but you need to do some steps a little differently than you may be used to. Print to Cut is a premium function that you have to purchase separately. It is not available for sale in the United States. If you are in the United States and you wish to purchase it, you have to purchase it from another country. I purchased mine from Amazon UK. So for those of you that have this function, I'm going to show you how you can make this work. Let me show you what most of us would normally do, because normally with Print to Cut, you would use image tracing. And I'm going to show you very quickly why that does not work with these. So I've already set up my mat to the size of my printer paper. Since I'm in the US, mine's 8.5 by 11. I've added my registration marks. I'm going to open image tracing. And I'm going to go ahead and use one that has a bunch of the captions on it. It works the same even if you just use one of them. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pick this one. Now, because it has the white diamonds, image tracing is designed to cut away white. So it's only seeing the actual captions or text as the design. How do we get around this? I'm going to cancel this, close this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open this again. I'm going to go back, and it makes me go all the way back. It won't let me hit the back arrow depending on what I have done. So let me get back here to the beginning of the captions. Now, I'm going to open this, the SVG file, okay? I didn't do a very good job of showing you that. I'm going to open the SVG file that has all of them. So that's this first one, okay? Now, I'm going to select the sentiments, the writing, the text, and I'm going to delete it. Okay? I'm also going to move this down so that it's within my registration marks. Now, I'm going to go and I'm going to import this same in the PNG. I can select both of these. I'm going to go back to my alignment tools. And I'm going to select center and middle, and that's going to line them up for me. Then I'm going to go through the process like I normally would, of exporting the PDF file. I always do images only, print them out. You're going to do this just like you would your print to cut function at this point. We just created the cut lines by using our existing SVG file and not image tracing. I hope this video helped you to see all of the wonderful possibilities for these fantastic cards. I will talk to you all later. Bye.